it's your girl Vanessa, and it's another Wednesday, and I'm so excited. As you can tell, today I have kind of new equipment, so hopefully our videos are going to be even better. Anyway, so thank you so much for the support. The first video has gone really well. I didn't expect it, so thank you for your feedback, and please don't forget to follow up, watch the videos, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let's keep going. So anyway, so last week we talked about getting started, and I shared a little bit of the learnings that I've had on how to get started. But one of the things in getting started, especially if you want to start an entrepreneurship journey, or you just want to start doing something, especially that is basically generally about your future, about your legacy, about your life, which is futuristic, something that will mold you or will say who you are. There's something called brand identity that so that's what we're going to talk about today. So as much as I would love to tell you what brand identity is, but I also want to know it and just want to know your understanding of what brand identity is. But from my perspective, brand identity is literally the extension of your core values. Whether as a business or as a person, what are your values? What are your standards? Who are you? That is your brand identity. You might have seen a couple of ways how different big brands or even personalities brand themselves. Let's say, for instance, Twitter, the bird and the color blue say something about the brand. Let's talk about I don't know, Airbnb. It could be as small as the logo, or as small as the color, or as big as the content and the communication you put out there. So the first thing, as you're getting started, especially in the journey of entrepreneurship, or in the journey of now building, in the place of really building yourself and whatever journey you really want to do. So I'll just go directly into how do you now figure out what your brand identity is. First, you should know it's not something you figure out overnight. It's something that comes after series, and it's something that it goes and evolves over a period of time, especially with entrepreneurship, even personal branding. When you really now figuring out who you are, what direction of life you really want to take, but you have to have a starting point. So a starting point could be as figuring out what drives you. What really drives you in your life? So if I want to go into entrepreneurship, let's say I want to do travel business. I love traveling. I've done travel business, and the first question I asked myself, why travel in the first place? And for me, it was the excitement, the experience, the fact that I'm able to experience life to the fullest, see all these corners of life that I can't really explain and express and experience in one place. That through writing, it was phenomenal. But the second question after figuring out that was, who am I? I figured out what really drives me. Why do I want to do this in the first place? But who am I? Who is Vanessa, or who are you? Because at the end of the day, it's not the title in your business or the title in whatever your life will be, a speaker of what. Who you are will define you. You can look at, in terms of personal branding, by the way, my favorite example would be Vusi. Vusi is like really good speaker, like one of the top best speakers, Africa-wide, globally, in terms of business, investment. He's also an investor, by the way. But he's been able to actually figure out who he is, and then incorporated that in his personal branding and business branding. And that is what is pushing it to even pushing his brand and his services and whatever customized product and service that he gives to his client unique, because in the end of the day he brings part of him in everything he does, in everything he delivers, in everything that he puts out there in the world. And that is what you need to do. So figure out who you are. What are your values? What are things that what are lines you can't cross? What are the three things, if one would say, to describe about you? Or what are the three things that you want in your life? And let that incorporate all that in figuring out what your brand identity is. But after figuring out who you are, your values, what drives you, is now you can go down and to figure out what path do you want to take. If it's entrepreneurship journey, what business do you want to do? So, however, you can start as small as possible or go in big. The good thing about technology and all this digital space right now, you could have a startup today and become a billionaire tomorrow. So, yeah, but that's the thing. Figure out what path you really want to take and what direction you want to go. That will also help you incorporate in your personal branding. Generally is that you figure out who you are, what really drives you, what path do you want to take, what your values are. After you figure out all this, figure out an example, someone who can be a map, a business that can be a map to a direction you want to take. That will help you get started with brand identity. Of course, this is going to be a series of brand identity, so let's just get started with this, getting started with brand identity. Until next time, guys, I really appreciate. Do not forget to subscribe, and don't forget to put a comment below. Say what you want me to talk about, whether it's about brand identity or just generally about entrepreneurship and lifestyle. Till next time, love you guys.